Guys, it's me, Janice Payne, and it's another on the couch. But as you see, or maybe not, I am in bed, and today's topic is about the creepiness of people on Fetlife. So the other day I was on Fetlife and I was cruising around looking at pictures and I ran across this really weird picture on Fet and um, from this user, and it really sent a bunch of red flags up for me. And it's from this user named Submolly76 is this guy right here. And posted on one of his, uh, he posted a picture that he had of his that just really creeped me out. The comment was absolutely creepy. So he said on this one, this is the picture right here, and he posted Molly, who teased me for 3 years and got me into trouble with police when told her how I felt after 3 long years of teasing me. Now I'm reading this verbatim, so this is a lot of poor English. Fucking bitch who thinks she deserves to be a vegetable, nothing then a vegetable, squirming on the floor like the maggot she is. 'Cause I do. No working brain at all. If you see Molly on the Gold Coast in Robina, Australia, she is worth either punching in the head or being spat on. Yeah, let me show you that right here. So this is just in fucking credible. So this really gave me a lot of concern because it clearly violates the FetLife terms of service as far as having permission to post the photo, and of course, the information that this person is giving out. Also has admitted that, he's been put in jail, which seems to me that he was actually stalking her rather, than this is like some sort of consensual relationship. It doesn't sound like to me that it is at all. So I contacted the uh, FetLife caretakers to alert them of the situation. This was yesterday, but as you can see, these photos are still up as of today of this girl. Now, how would you feel if this was you? You know, if this was you and you put this guy in jail because he was stalking your ass or God only knows what, and he's got your profile pics up on FetLife. This is like 24 hours later that I've done this. And here's another one, another picture that he's posted of her. This is just an example of FetLife's lack of, how much they care as far as their users and the safety of their users. They don't really care about the safety of their members when they allow shit like this to happen. So on here, just verbatim, a girl called Molly who pricked teased me for 3 years, and I showed an interest back, and she put me in jail for 11 months. So you split this right here. Put me in jail for 11 months, right? All right. I want to put on knuckle busters and punch her in the head and face, all in until I beat the piss and absolute shit out of her, and stop when she is totally and completely brain retarded vegetable and just sits there with a total blank impressions and mute dumb, and until Molly has no brain functions and can't take care of herself to the toilet or feed herself. beat her back into nappies, a useless slut, have her in a dungeon, and neglect and let Molly go hungry for 20 days before I give her food and starve it, and only give Molly water every 2 days and only buy 12 nappy diapers for the year, one a month, and change Molly once a month until she fills her nappy overflowing with her piss and shit, as she deserves it so much. This, I've watched CSI enough to know this is some fucking crazy fucking shit. So, and it does concern me when I contact the caretakers on Fetlife and say, look, this is a problem, and there is absolutely no response. This is being totally ignored. And this isn't the first time that Fetlife has had an issue like this, where people are violating consent or they're, psychologically off. And there's been several incidences, in fact, of that happening. I had actually posted a writing on Fetlife not too long ago in regards to this issue. And it was my writing called Why Fetlife, Why Fetlife is Going Down. And in this, I list, among a few things, is an increase of sociopathic behavior due to the content that is considered acceptable on Fetlife. And specifically, there was this kidnapping in Illinois of a university student who was tortured. Well, I'm not sure if she was tortured, but she ended up missing. I'm not sure where the story ended up with that. But what was important is that in order for them to, in order for the police to figure out what was going on, they confiscated the abductor's cell phone, computer, and they found out that he was a member on Fetlife and that he had actually went to a group on Fetlife called Abduction 101, which is a group that was supposed to have been deleted during their first round of deletions in order to meet the requirements to have banking services through, like a credit card company, MasterCard, Visa. So he was able to obtain the information on this group to be able to do the abduction. And so Fetlife was definitely a part of that. They allowed a group on Fetlife, and those people that are involved in that group collaboratively shared information. He was able to garner that information and apply it to his legal activity. So that was awful. And then there was this other one where in Australia actually involved a man who had met a younger woman through Fetlife. He was charged with assaulting her sexually. That was something that was one case. And then another was a New York case. A couple who first met on Fetlife were sentenced to lifetime prison sentences in a 2015 kidnapping where they also sexually abused two Amish girls. So even though they used the services on Fetlife, or they were members of Fetlife, and that's the common thread that's going on here, Fetlife wasn't charged in any of the wrongdoings in any of that. So they were just totally exonerated in their part in bringing these people the information or the confidence or the support that they needed to do the sick, crazy, fucked up shit that they do. So I believe that because Fetlife is open to those kinds of personalities, it is actually a very dangerous place to be because you just don't know who the hell you're talking to online anymore. So, as far as my involvement in Fetlife is concerned, it's definitely limited. I would definitely suggest that you keep in mind the information that you put out there, the information that you make available for people to use in whatever fashion, way, or form, which is why I like services like Clips for Sale or Night Flirt, where somebody actually has to pay for the content in order to, jerk off to it or whatever, as opposed to services like Fetlife, where, you're uploading, basically the same information sexy, hot content, such as this. This is me, a most recent photo shoot that I had at a very beautiful bed and breakfast in Sandy, Oregon. Love that place. So there's a lot of information that, one puts out there. Like for me, I put a lot of stuff out here. A lot of my photos, a lot of my artwork, my photography is on here. So I do have a lot of personal information that I post to Fetlife, but it's not my life. This is, I don't try to post my relationship status, which has actually been an issue in our relationship. We kind of sort of agreed that we weren't going to do that, but then that also became kind of an issue. There's certain things that I don't, talk about on online publicly, or maybe with only a certain select few, because of the potential of having some weird stalker stalk me, which I have had done. So be safe, be careful. I am looking forward to chatting with you next time.